Bitcoin just got an upgrade and this is massive because fun fact of the day.
It's almost impossible to upgrade Bitcoin.
Hi, my name is Roy, hope you're doing well, and in today's video we are gonna talk about how Bitcoin just got better. This is a new era for Bitcoin and you're probably asking,
what the hell is Taproot?
Here what the Taproot upgrades is. One of those upgrades is an upgrade to privacy, and this is really big. For the longest period of time, people that were using Bitcoin thought they can just send Bitcoin anonymously and completely privately and then just disappear. But the reality is that Bitcoin is pseudo-anonymous, which means that you can't buy any large amount of Bitcoin without KYC or ID or a driving license or a similar identification checks. Every investor is required to log their personal information before they buy cryptocurrency. The perception is that because digital currency is often associated with illegal activity, money laundering, and this is how the government was able to trace this money from dark sites and eventually confiscate it. So if you're wondering to yourself, well, why does that even matter?
I'm not a criminal, I just want to hold a Bitcoin forever and just don't care about privacy.
The reason that this is so important is that because right now there are other cryptocurrencies with several $billion in market cap size that focus on one specific future. This future is privacy. A good example is Monero, which has a market cap of over $4 billion. That's really big, because right now if you want to send your Bitcoin to someone privately and secretly, you have to use something called mixing coin, which is just a fancy way of splitting up your one Bitcoin transaction into many smaller ones that then get mixed in and shuffle around with all the other transactions. This way you remain untraceable, because if your address is ever linked to your identity, every transaction will be linked to you, and this is why Bitcoin is not 100% private and anonymous. So as more crypto adoption happens worldwide, the need for privacy has grown. With the Taproot upgrade though, blockchain-based system will make it more difficult to track transactions based on public wallet addresses. That's basically the first Taproot upgrade, and here's the second upgrade to Bitcoin that's happening. So this next upgrade is going to help Bitcoin create better smart contracts, and this is really interesting. When Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, he designed it with something called elliptic curve digital signature algorithm in mind, which creates a signature from the private key that controls the digital wallet and ensures that Bitcoin can only be spent by the rightful owner. The private key is what is used to create your private digital signature. Now your public key, which you use to pay or get paid, is what is used to verify your digital signature. That's how you can send Bitcoin to someone else without that someone else knowing your private key, because if they did, they will get access also to your digital wallet. To put it easier, think of it like signing a check. Once you sign your check, people know that money came from you. And if you're thinking about, hold on, I can just replicate that signature, that's public information. The answer is no, you can't. Your unique signature comes with your unique transaction history. And if somebody else tries to use your signature for a new transaction, the miners will reject that transaction because it will not line up with what they had on the Bitcoin network. That's how Bitcoin gives you unique access to your coin without giving someone other the same exact access. Hope you understood all of that, and if you have any questions, comment below and I will get back to you with a response. But how that actually helps Bitcoin? Taproot will add something known as Snore Signatures. In practice, that means greater privacy, because your keys won't have as much exposure on the chain. You kind of hide who you are a little bit better, which is good. These signatures are also a game changer for smart contracts, and that's big because one of the key differences between newer blockchain like Ethereum is their suitability for smart contracts. And for those who don't know what smart contract is, They're digital agreements written in code and stored on the blockchain. Smart contracts essentially gives you opportunity to really build businesses and applications on the blockchain. Snore Signatures will also reduce the amount of data needed for multi-signature transactions, which are more complicated to process than the standard ones. As a result, transactions will be cheaper to process, leading to lower cost of transaction fees. Compared to Ethereum, Bitcoin has historically been much more limited to handle smart contracts. And as more programmers build smart contracts on top of the Bitcoin blockchain, Bitcoin could also become more of a player in the world of DeFi. Here is the third way that this upgrade really helps, and this is arguably the best and the biggest way that people are talking about. That is the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network is the most important feature that Bitcoin can get, and it's basically what will allow Bitcoin to become a real currency of the world. A currency that's cheap, fast to use. That's because right now Bitcoin can do about 5 transactions per second, which is not enough for the rest of the world. In comparison to its giant like Visa that can do about 65,000 transactions per second, which is really huge. In order for Bitcoin to become a true currency, it has to be fast and cheap. So how do you solve this problem without changing the fundamental structure of what makes Bitcoin decentralized and secure? The solution is an implementation of what is called the Lightning Network, and the way that it works is, if I want to send you money, we will open up a channel together, sort of like a text message window, and then we will transact on this derivative money. You're asking, wait, that's not decentralized. Hopefully those channels will be governed by smart contracts, and that's how we do it. That's the solution. And before we can do all this complexity on the Lightning Network, we have to make a base layer. Layer 1, that is Bitcoin more efficient and cheaper and be able to handle smart contracts in the first place. So the upgrade is already live and nothing looks happening to the price. I want Bitcoin to go to the moon as much as anyone else, but this is more of an infrastructure upgrade. So as more developers adopt this technology and start to use it to build smart contracts on top of Bitcoin blockchain, which is what will drive adoption, that's when the value will go up, but that will take some time. The thing that truly drives the Bitcoin price is the positive narrative. Like, it's get adopted by a country and it becomes the national currency, like in El Salvador. That's what drives truly the Bitcoin price in the short term. But if you're somebody who uses Bitcoin, then with this upgrade it will become slightly faster, slightly cheaper and more private, which means more decentralized. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hit the like button because that really helps me out a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll bring value with these videos and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.